I've never heard a very good explanation about what heart rate variability is.
Sure.
Give it to me. All right. What a great explanation about HRV. What is it?
You're setting me up.
It's a hard one to explain. If
all right. So, the maths is complicated, but you don't need to understand the maths to understand the concept. So everyone's pulse is not regular. It's not metronomic. And if you do it yourself and just feel your pulse at the wrist and breathe in and out deeply, you will feel it speed up when you breathe in and slow down when you breathe out. The process of slowing down is mediated by the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve runs from the base of our brain to most of our internal organs, and the vagus nerve tells everything to slow down and to de-stress. So the act of breathing will activate the vagus nerve. And so therefore, the degree of variation that we get from the speed up and slow down, expressed as a number mathematically, often measured in milliseconds, where you might say 15's bad, and Matthew van der Poel at about over 100 is great. Most people sit between those poles, and it varies according to whether it's a signal of whether our physiology is stressed. When our physiology is stressed, the vagus nerve switches off, the heart rate variability goes down. When everything is chilled out and relaxed, and the body is in a sort of beneficial state, the vagus nerve switches on, the heart rate variability increases.
So it's a slight paradox that you actually want the variation. You want your pulse to be less metronomic. You actually want there to be a variability between the beats.
Well, it may be more complicated. I mean, you're right, but sometimes people draw a false conclusion that it is the variation in the heart rate itself which is what's good for us. But perhaps it's more that that's just an indicator of what the vagus nerve is up to.
Right.
And the vagus nerve, in turn, is responding to all sorts of physiological stresses within our body. If we've got cancer, if we've got an infection, if we've got hyperthermia, there's huge physiological stress, lots of adrenaline is being produced, the vagus nerve is entirely silent. So it's not, I don't think, that the variation in heart rate is the thing that you seek. What you seek is a state where your body is not physiologically stressed.
Right. And in the book I talk about this. I don't think it's in that chapter, but in another chapter about the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic state. So what you're saying is the vagus nerve is bringing us into a parasympathetic state.
Yes, that's right. A state of rest, and there's quite a lot of interest in the world of sport and exercise science, which the theory, and I think the hypothesis not yet, I think, proven, which says that if you have an athletic person and you track their heart rate variability, you can prescribe their training regime according to their heart rate variability.
Yeah.
High HRV, go hard today. Low HRV, knock it back today. It's a pleasing concept, and the idea that we respond better to training if we train in a relaxed state. But although there's a lot of work going on with this, I don't think it's yet established to be definitely true.